Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video, we're going to look at the round 11 review for the AFL SuperCoach. As you can see, you got 2,220, which was a fair way below the sort of par for this round. Probably partly because of our decision to hold Clayton Oliver, but we'll look at the team in a minute. And as you can see, unfortunately, we've slipped back outside the top 10k, so that's a bit disappointing. But we're into the buys, and hopefully we're well enough positioned that we can make up a few slots through there. If we have a look at the team, so starting at the defence as always, so we've got Jordan Dawson with the 120, Dacos with 124, who was our captain this week. So I think tossing up between him and Bont, it was exactly the same score. So that's we'll take that as a win, and obviously outscored our vice captain as well. Jack Zeeble, so 71 is probably his poorest performance for the year, I would have thought. If not far off. Let's have a look. Yeah, so he had a 78. So yeah, 71 would be his lowest score for the year. Bit worrying the dip since the changing coach there. But I think we've got other um, positions we want to load up on first, so we won't worry about that sort of luxury type trade just yet. Will Day with the 74. Um, yeah, so he probably hasn't done as well as we'd hoped either. But I guess Sicily getting a suspension this week might be helpful there. Chase Jones with a 79, so he's been pretty solid for us so far this year. Weddle with a 62, so a bit below his season average there now, but making us some good money. And we'll continue to do so this week. And then Chincotta, Constable, not doing too much. Apparently a few injuries at Carlton might suggest that Chincotta has a chance of coming back in this week, so we'll just wait and see on that. The Bont, 124, as we said, that's fantastic. He just keeps ticking along. Sarong with the 93, he's averaging 114, so we'll forgive him on that, but we do want to see a few more hundreds from our midfield. Merritt with 110, so that was the only other 100 in our midfield, unfortunately. Anderson with the 92, Green 95, Steele with the 62, so not sure if he got injured or just had a bad game, but that's not ideal. Ashcroft with 52, first year rookie, that's fine. Humphrey with the 90, so he was the trade we brought in this week. I should have mentioned the final trades. I didn't do a round preview video for this team. But yeah, I had Humphrey in, and who was the other one? It escapes me. I've completely forgotten. Was it Zach Merritt this week? Yeah, so yeah, that's right. It was Zach Merritt. So yeah, Merritt for Josh Kelly, and Bailey Humphrey we bought in for someone else. Made banked some money out of it anyway. It's a 400k player. Who was it? Oh, Buckley. That's right, in defender from GWS. So yeah, we traded in out Buckley and got in Humphrey, and Josh Kelly became Zach Merritt. So yeah, so because of those two trades we did, we held Oliver. So hopefully he's up and about this week would be nice. But failing that, we don't necessarily need him round 13. He has a bye round 14, and then he should be good to go in round 15. So we'll bring him back in at that point. Johnson with the 72 though was really nice to see on the bench, making a bit of cash for us now. Although he does have the bye this week. And Harry Sharp didn't get a game. Oh, excuse me, winter time. How good is it? Yeah, so Harry Sharp didn't get named, so maybe a bit of a dud pick there. With our ruck line, Marshall with the 98, English the 105. It's not the flashes, but we'll take that. And Samson Ryan with the 39, so I think it's time to cash out of him. He is starting to lose a bit of cash, um, but there is options we have there. Josh Dunkley with the 146, so him or actually Taranto would have been slightly better at 147 as a captaincy option, but these two guys are great. Just set and forget. Goulden with the 93 and Rosie with 111, so consistent scoring there from those guys. Sheezel with the 79, so a little bit down, but he's the least of our worries, I think. And Mitchell with the 69 was really good as well. And on the bench, Angwin with a 61, so that's a nice little boost to his cash generation, which will probably help us get towards building our final team. So I guess the great thing about bye week also is we have 3 trades, which is very useful. I actually thought we had a trade boost, but I must have just dreamt that. It must be in the NRL Supercoach where I have that. So that's fine. We can do everything we want to do in 3 trades this week, I think. Anyway. So the first one, as I said, is we want to get out of Samson Ryan, cash him in. And originally the plan was to go down to McAndrew after his second game. But if we look at the break evens, you'll see we've got Kieran Briggs here with a negative 64 break even, 2 tons in 2 weeks. So I think we're going to get him in with the plan being that he's going to generate some quick cash. And then obviously we can downgrade to probably an out and out enough after the buys. So to help, I guess, with maybe the final forward or even defender upgrade. So that's the first trade. I think the second trade based on break even as well is we have to find a spot for Eddie Ford. And so just looking at my forward line, the obvious one would be Roberts, but I think, the fact is he'll probably go all right if he can make a comeback. Whereas someone like Harry Sharp has a little bit more cash on him. We're also predicting that he's not going to be consistently back in the side. So we're going to swap them around, bring Eddie Ford in. And so then we've got 273k. So then what we can do with our third trade is for Jones out, and we can bring in Tommy Stewart. So obviously Sicily would have been tempting too if he was available this week, but getting rubbed out didn't help. So they're the trades. We'll have a look at Sicily in just a second. Once the team's loaded. So yeah, just have a quick look at Sicily. Because I guess this will lead into the conversation about like finishing our team. Yeah, so he's still got a break even of 45. So won't play this week. So it might be one that you'd have to try and scramble to get next week, which might be a bit too soon for us. But in saying that, if before we set up the team for this week, I guess if we set it up just for the end of season, complete team, well, that's pretty much it as it is. So as you can see, we really only need to grade Weddle, Ashcroft, and Mitchell. So those 3 slots. We've got 10 trades left. So if we can do 1 ups, 1 downs, with those, we should end up with four trades and a completed team, which is okay. It's not the best, but I guess we've sort of fast tracked it a bit as well. And if we look, at just the raw numbers, we've got Ashcroft and Humphrey with 770. So, definitely enough for a premium midfield upgrade. We've got Mitchell on 300, and, we might sort of need a bit of cash through these guys, I think. Well, maybe these 3, so that's 3 trades to get the last forward slot, which isn't ideal. But then also, Weddle, and there's not a lot of money in Sin Cotter, so that's why I'm sort of thinking maybe Briggs and Weddle will form enough money for Sicily eventually, or or Sinclair we might go with. Is the other option. He's probably a lot cheaper. If we look at Sinclair, yeah, so 530k. No, so that could be a solid backup option if we need. Yeah, so if it ever wants to load, let's reload the page. There we go, we're back. So, as we said, with 770, we can pretty much get any midfielder we want in the midfield there between Humphrey and Ashcroft. And obviously, Humphrey's price should still be going up. Bit slow this morning. Yeah, so break even of 11. So I guess, being able to bank his cash post buys will be very useful as well. And probably will even help us with like that defensive upgrade. In terms of the targets, I guess the obvious ones are Rory Laird, although he's apparently suspended this week as well. But 600k would be a good value for him. Lockie Neal, maybe, not particularly. The other two, I guess, to keep in mind is we've still got Tuke Miller to come back. So 592 plus a massive break even. So, he could be a nice point of difference option. And then the other one as well that we could look at if we're really struggling for funds. So slow this morning. I guess it is Monday morning. But the other one, similar, is Callum Mills. So, real bottom dollar option that, could help facilitate a better upgrade in the other positions if needed. But, there's options in the midfield, which is great. And then in terms of the forward line, I guess the obvious one now is Jack McRae. Yeah, his dual position. Um, yeah, 574k would be nice. Obviously, as well, you've got the likes that Zeeble could swing forward. We know could swing Sheasel back. Um, get, someone like a Darcy Cameron in to provide a bit of ruck coverage as well. Once we obviously downgrade Briggs to someone like a Madden or, he's probably the best 102k dual position option. Might be something come up in the mid-season draft soon, but we won't bank on that. So yeah, so I think we're in a good position to go close to the dream of full premium team, 4 trades to go, and then we'll just go along for the ride. But in terms of this week with the buys, we obviously do want to get Humphrey in, so swap him with Ashcroft. Probably not much point swapping Roberts in, so we won't reset the reserves because we probably won't need too many. So Angwin and Ford. So you can see we've got full forward and ruck line and full defence, plus we've maybe even got, well, Sincotta's more likely, but we could get Constable, you never know. So we've already got 14 there, and then we've got 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it's worked out pretty well in the end for this week. In terms of VC and C, so we've got Melbourne. So if Oliver got up, you could go that. But after that, probably looking at Dacos VC against West Coast seems to be the obvious pick there early. And then, yeah, I think we'll go Captain Zarrett against North. So that's probably not the worst shout. So yeah, so we'll just set up like that. And yeah, we'll leave it there. So still a bit of money in the bank, 10 trades, 3 premiums upgrade. Life's looking good. So if you've got any other thoughts or suggestions on trades or feel free to comment on the video. If you are enjoying the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.